Hello! Hi, Tryhard! Thanks for hanging out. Needed a couple extra minutes to set up the reference images I have. Right today I'm doing the a batch of emotes for Tryhard friends. He wanted Ramen theme. And I don't have my reference. Usually on my pieces I have my reference images like right over here on like the other half of the canvas. I actually have them on the other screen so I can kind of flip back and forth. I have a lot of references. There's a lot of, and I'm doing very small pieces right over here. I think I want, that's what, really. Hello? Oh yeah, I think that one's all the way. Okay. Don't touch that one. Thank you. Hooray! Okay. Thank you, Tryhard. But yeah, actually I want to merge these, and then I want to color them white for right now. But not like pure white, just like slightly off-white. Do that? Yeah. Okay, while I do the sketches, they will be white. It will be blinding. It won't be a good time. Looking over at my reference images. And I have a list of the emotes he wanted. Somewhere. Ah, there it is. Hi, Dozman. How are you doing? How's your week been? Coffee. Coffee. It is art. We're making art for art. We're funny like that. Okay. So the first emote I do, I'm actually going to do it as art. Does this sit? Perfect. I think of that joke every time I hear someone say your streamer name. They're just like, it's art, and I'm like, I do art. That's what I think about. Oh, nice! I don't know how he's gonna do that. That's the first time I've been informed of it. But it'll be really cool to like do games with you. I think it would be cool. I want to do more games with people. Oh shit, I forgot to hit speed paint button. Recording for speed paint purposes. Oh, there should be a new speed paint. Oh, with all of my streamer money, you know, Art recently got recommended to be a sponsor for Raid Shadow Legends. So, there you go. It must be the Raid Shadow Legends money. Okay. No, that's not what I want. You're very welcome. I'm so glad we've decided to be so generous in the future. Okay. If Raid Shadow Legends come out and they're like, Dozman, we want you to be the new face of Raid Shadow Legends. We'll buy you whatever computer you want. You do it. Okay. My computer is lagging a little bit because this room is really warm. I actually have to turn down the heat a little bit every time I want to stream by like a couple of degrees so that it won't blast in the studio and overheat my computer. I feel like I do the same angle for ramen bowls for every single one, and I probably shouldn't do that. Make this one taller. You know, that sounds right. Raid Shadow Legends is like one of those games where it's like kind of pay to play and it's super cheap. It's kind of like a mobile World of Warcraft from what I understand, and it is awful. It's just special. It's a special computer. Special. Joke's on you. I tried to play video games on a Mac for 3 years. Haha! It did not go well. I don't want... Okay. I don't know what it is, but also when, like, my program lags, it fucks with my pen pressure. It's just like, what? You want a dark line for when you barely touch the screen? I almost did, like, corkboard thingamajig. That's not what this is. I don't draw on a corkboard. Yes. One of my favorite creepypasta narrators, like, was sponsored briefly by Raid Shadow Legends, and he would be like, yeah, come play with me, this is my guild. I'm like, oh no, they got to you. I want everyone to know that I have seen dishes piled this high on Art's computer. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's actually a very clean person when he's feeling well. I'm gonna get in trouble for that joke later. Maybe I'll get in trouble for that joke now. Okay. Cause this is how I show my love. I can't sing the stupid song that annoys Art because it's copyrighted. You know, he would own it. He'd be like, yeah, of course I have pink sparkly emotes full of unicorns. Fuck yeah. Until Brony started showing up, and then he might be like, I did not ask for this, community. Please. Okay, but I am not a cover singer. Like, but Dozman, if you come do our dishes, I'll give you 2 gaming PCs. It's not that I hate doing dishes, it's just that I don't have a lot of time. Well, you really think I'm gonna let anyone come into our house while we have dirty dishes in the goddamn sink? That's not gonna fucking happen. Also, these bowls get smaller as they go up. It's fine. I'll just stop doing dishes for an entire month. The kitchen will be full of them. Yep. But hi, Spectre, how are you? Then I'm gonna draw Art all fat and happy. We'll call my entire family and get all their dishes. Okay. I'm gonna draw like a cute cartoony chibi art. Get ready because I am not good at chibis. You did it! Hooray! My grandma would burst into my house shining style to do my dishes if she knew how dirty my kitchen was. I do try to keep the kitchen clean. It's just hard. With how small our kitchen is. Make Art's head bigger. Okay. And now, eat Billy. So Art only technically needs, like, we only have like 14. Girl power! Oh my god. The girl power movement was really weird. I'm not gonna lie, guys. As a mother who invested very heavily into the girl power movement, it was a little weird. Because it was all very feminine, girly things that were just screaming like, girl power! I'm like, alright, I don't like pink. And they're like, well, girl power! It only comes in pink. I had a dishwasher growing up. Yeah, we were fancy. So it was my job to do the dishes. And so I did all of the dishes, and then I would sometimes hand wash dishes at my grandma's house, but my grandma's very particular about the way her dishes get done. It was only this past Thanksgiving that I managed to essentially just sneak myself into her kitchen while she was cooking so that I could do the dishes while she was cooking. And that made her both really happy, but also like, you didn't have to do that. Oh, Art got his haircut. If you're not in the Discord, Art got his haircut, so it's not the really flowing mane anymore. I think he looks like a very young, like, European soccer player, and it's fantastic. It is still very curly. I'm gonna have your tummy show in this emote, because you're like, just draw me eating a bunch of ramen all satisfied. Well, the only way I can do that is showing how big of a belly people can get when they have ramen. It was good. Big round belly time. I mean, look at all these bowls. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bowls of full ramen. Exactly. Honestly, he looks a little like sick in this little emote thing. They are like weird bobblehead chibis. You have to go big. Go big or go home. Ah, shit. I forgot to pick a different color. My computer's still overheating. My computer is really unhappy with all of the reference images I have open, so I think actually I'm going to close them right now, because it is struggling a little bit. And then when I have to, I will find them and open them. Should I draw Art with headphones on in all of his emotes? I don't think so. I don't know, Art, what do you think? Because these are your emotes. Your opinion might matter the least in this moment. That's his big hair curl. You don't think you need headphones? Okay. I gave you like Elvis hair. Do you like it? Hi, how are you doing? I'm drawing Art's emotes, and he's all fat and happy in them. Because he's eating a bunch of ramen. Big ramen. Please, I truly need you to do like an Elvis impression on the next time we stream together. You need it? Okay. Damn freaking tastic. That's good. I noticed you had some issues with your server, with your Arc server. Is everything all settled and okay now? No? No silly voices? Really, when you're drawing a chibi style, you really need like the hair and the clothes to match the character as much as possible, because other than that, like those are their only defining features in some animes. Oh no. Did you just have to get good, or was it a bigger issue? I'm gonna give him a little X belly button. I think those are cute. When instead of drawing like the like round belly button that freaks me out, okay? I'm gonna, yeah. I do. I have watched and read a lot of animes and mangas. I have. It is truly sad. I found bad manga sites very early on in my life, and I would read them in secret. Not because I didn't have okay, so like my parents gave me very restricted access to the internet when I was at their house. When I was at other relatives' houses, I was given unrestricted access to the internet, and I could just read or watch anything I wanted. And that's how my grandmother's computer got like 10 viruses. Do it. Tell me what happens. Oh yes, I saw your message with that. I'm sorry, I have been so dead this week. I think Art and I are still recovering from COVID, and he's recovering a lot slower than I am. That's why he hasn't had a stream this past week either. But like, I'm not contagious anymore, so I went back to work, and I was fine for like the first 2 days. But then at like after day 3, I was just dead. I would get up, I'd go to work, I'd come home, I'd go to bed, and it would just rinse, repeat. It was just, yeah. Now, he actually is very excited to come back and stream. We were thinking about doing another like Kingdom Hearts stream together on Friday, but we were both just so tired and felt so sick that we were both kind of like, hey, I don't think we're gonna do this this week. But maybe next week or the week after. Yeah. Stop just being sick. Yes. Good plan. These are chopsticks, by the way. Look at him and his round tummy. Yeah. The plot of Inuit. Oh. I get it now. You know, when you said it, part of my brain was like, hee dirty joke. And then the rest of my brain was like, no, Spectre wouldn't do that. No. Make his hair look like the best like swish of toothpaste you've ever seen in your goddamn life. Just that, like that Crest commercial toothpaste. You know what? That's fair. But I am also an oblivious idiot. I have legitimately basically had a girl make out with me, and then I was like, she must not be into me, and then I like walked away, and I'm really dumb sometimes. And it was also after like doing weird sexy, yeah, it was just, yeah. Your hair doesn't look like that in real life, but like that's how I'm gonna draw your hair, because to be honest, I'm not good at drawing short hair. Like, when you got your haircut, I was like, oh, it looks so good. It's gonna look so good for his streams. And then we were talking, and you're like, hey, we should put me in my emotes. And I was like, oh no. Look, I I have a lot of experience with guys. I do not have as much experience with girls, and girls are confusing, okay? I truly, truly pity, and like anytime I meet a guy who's like, I don't understand how they flirt, how do you tell? Yeah. It's just so confusing. No. Because making out between girls is sometimes kind of not an indicator of interest. His hippie hair was nice. I'm gonna make him smiling because he wants to be satisfied with his ramen and not just eating so much that he's sick. Look at him. So happy. Girls are really confusing. I might have almost been kidnapped once. It was either an invitation to a threesome or I was almost kidnapped in broad daylight. And the only reason why I didn't go with them was because I was like, oh no, I'm at work right now. And then looking back on it, I was like, I didn't know who they were. I have to draw the chin too. We can't just have him be like a happy, squishy, smiley face. Gotta draw the chin. Okay, so I worked at this shitty pizza restaurant, and it was St. Patrick's Day, and we were on like a main stretch for a huge like beer festival in our town, right? And we were one of the only like pizza places. We were the only pizza place on that stretch of road, but we were also one of the only businesses that would be technically open and wouldn't just be selling beer, right? We sold mainly food. So we got insanely busy, but right before we got insanely busy, we were dead empty because the entire street was blocked off so they could set up the booths and everything, right? Well, this woman comes in with this gentleman, and she's very pretty. And during the daytime, when like there weren't many customers, we were supposed to bring the food out to the table. So they order their pizza, and I go out to the table, and she already seems drunk. Which, power for the course, I guess. It's St. Patrick's Day, go for it. It was also the year that St. Patrick's Day was like on a Saturday or a Sunday. And she's like holding my hand and talking to me and getting really, really close. And I'm like, I need to go back to the register. This is my job. And she's very nice and she's very sweet. But she's also like weirdly like she hugs me a couple of times. And I'm like, this is really nice. She's really nice. And then I realized that she definitely came with a date. Like that guy was definitely just sitting there. And she's like, do you want to like hang out? And I was like, right now? You want what? And she goes, yeah. Do you wanna go hang out? And I was like, I can't. I have to work. She goes, oh, well, what about when you get off? And I was like, I'm gonna be working until 5 in the morning, which was true. And she's like, oh. And then they very soon left. Like, I don't even know if they finished their pizza. And in the moment, I was like, that would have been great. I hate that I have to have a job. And then looking back on it, like a year later, I'm like, I might have been almost kidnapped. Like maybe she was like the way that he gets young girls to go into his car and trick them and then murder and kidnap them, or kidnap and then murder them. Because some kidnappers will do that, where they'll have like a dog or another kid or like a woman in the car, and they're usually in on it, or they're also a victim, and it makes you put your guard down and accept like, oh, okay, well this person's in here and they're okay, so maybe this man who's offering me a ride is also okay, and then you die. Okay, so that's just like partially part of being a girl. Another part of that is being a small ginger girl, and another part of that is I have actually almost been kidnapped a few times. So, like, legitimately, like, oh, I suddenly have no way out. Haha, fuck. But I'm okay. Yes, it is very scary. The outside world terrifies me. And there's also like really like simple mundane things that you'd never think were like super dangerous until you really think about it. Like, I online dating. There are a lot of people I knew in college who would do the whole Tinder thing, which is fine, right? But most of the guys I knew, that's how we do it. Like a lot of my guy friends would just be like, oh, I'm going over to their house. I'm like, okay, have you met this girl before? No, we're going over for Netflix. I'm like, okay. How long have you been talking? A couple of weeks. And you've never met her in person? Nope. Okay. And then all of my female friends would be like, we're gonna meet up at a coffee place. I'm going at this time. I will text you at this. I should be home around this time. And we're like, cool. That sounds smart. And then one time I did have a guy, I did not meet him online. I did meet him in person, but I didn't have a lot of interaction with him in person before like I got his number and was just talking to him. And we were supposed to go to like this public function event. Yes. I truly, like, when you guys also need to be worried about your safety, okay? Most of the time you guys are the bigger one in the situation, but it can only get you so far. Anyway, so I had been talking to this guy, and he was very friendly. He was very nice. I got no bad vibes from him, but he was also 6'6". Okay. You will have to tell me about it sometime. But so he was 6'6". He was very friendly. He was very nice, and not in like the scary, intimidating, like I am super friendly and outgoing kind of way, but in the like he's a genuinely nice person kind of way. But again, I'd only been talking to him for a little bit through text, and I had not actually met him very much in person. So we agreed to go to like this public event, and at the time I did not have a way of getting around on my own. So I got a ride from a friend, right? But before, when I was telling him, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to be riding with this and this friend of mine, so I can meet you there. He was like, oh, if you just tell me where you're at, I can pick you up. And I was like, I am not going to get, I straight up told him, I was like, hey, you seem really nice, but I'm not going to just tell you where I live or my apartment. And he was like, you know what, that's completely fair. Because I am 5'1", and he was 6.5 feet tall. I could have died. I tried very hard. Your girlfriend brought a gun to your first date? Oh my god. When I moved out of my parents' house and I moved to like a bigger city, my dad was like, wanted to get me like a handgun. And my mom put her foot down very hard. She was like, she can't have that on campus, and she does not. No, she can make her own decision. You're not making her carry a gun. You know what? That makes sense then. My mom used to have a friend who was, she worked forensics for the FBI. It's a very long story on how she got there career-wise, but she did. And she had to move down to Washington, or, yeah, I think it was Washington. It was some other state for it. But she was at home alone at one point, and she heard someone trying to, like, jiggle the handle on her front door. And she was home alone, right? And she was sitting, like, in the living room. Somebody was trying to get into her house. So she just screamed, I am a cop, I have a gun. And then it stopped, and they left. And my mom was talking to her, she's like, why didn't you just open the door with the gun? And my mom turned and was like, I am 5 feet tall. If I have a gun, I'm gonna be lucky if they don't take it from me. You know, some guys find a woman with a weapon attractive. I'm not gonna say that I would want a woman to hold a gun to my head on a first date, but I can understand how fear and sexual attraction intersect. Yeah. I took quite a few self-defense classes, and I gotta say the classes I took with like a gun or a knife were the dumbest ones ever. They're like, if they're gonna shoot you, hit the gun to the side. And I'm like, I think I'm just gonna hope they don't shoot me. That's fair. I mean, I don't know. I think you get in trouble if you do that. Because not all states are stand your ground states or things like that. Also, what if it hadn't been a robber? What if it had been like an old person with dementia who was just trying to get into the wrong house? I wouldn't want to risk shooting someone over that. I think she also could have like gotten fired if she misused her firearm. Also, maybe the rules are different for FBI agents because it was like her service gun, right? I know the things that I can do with my size, and it's usually going for the knees. I also know that your underarm, near your armpit, like the soft part of your under of your forearm, is very delicate, and it has a lot of nerves. But so if you're ever in a situation where you are, yes, it hurts. If you pinch it, it's got a lot of nerves. If you're ever in a situation where you're like grappling with someone, or someone has you from behind, or they're on top of you, this is a situation that most girls would find them in over most guys. And you pinch it hard with your nails and you pull. It usually gets people to let go because it hurts a lot. There was one woman who did it, and she had like those acrylic nails. She pinched so hard and pulled so hard that she ripped one of his nerves out. Yeah. So that's also a really good thing to know. And that's not something they usually teach you in a lot of self-defense classes. They're like, go for the eyes! And it's like, okay, well, I think they're gonna know how to protect their face, but most people don't think to protect their fucking armpit. Yep. Yeah, some people say that if you are in a life or death situation and you can't hit someone. Ah! Oh, hi, Ed! Thank you for following! Yep. Say if you can hit someone in the crotch, especially if it's like a male attacker, to go for it, but usually if it's not a premeditated attack, if it's like spur of the moment, they will have so much adrenaline in them already that they may not feel it. So you want to try and hit very exact nerve points. Like if you can, try to like break their nose, or what else? I mean, going for the eyes is a thing. But yeah. It was loud. It's okay. I actually turned that down. And it's still super loud, so I don't know if I did it right. And Art will have to help me with it later. And I can't get his fucking hair right. It was softer. Okay, that's good. I'll just have to turn it down even more. Honestly, the noise that was like the default for that when I got this overlay pack was a more annoying, worse noise. I think it was like some dude screaming, like I don't know. I can. Cause he is definitely the one rolling around in this relationship. He's definitely the one. I am the top. Ha 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 ha. The hair swoosh? The hair swoosh makes you feel efficient? Oh my god. Look at this happy face. It kind of reminds me of Choji from Naruto. I can't believe I remembered that character's name. That was great. I don't normally cry during friendship moments in anime, but Choji's main friendship moment that lasted almost 2 episodes, I bawled my fucking eyes out. Especially because, like, I had read the manga, I knew he didn't die, but some part of my brain was like, this is it. This is his moment. Should I put little swirlies on his cheeks like he's Shoji? Swirlies, swirlies! Swirlies, swirlies! They're so cute! I'm fucking leaving it. Look at how cute he is! Oh, goodness! It's so cute. Ah. You're gonna lose all your street cred with these emotes. You're gonna be like, I'm a serious streamer with serious emotes that are realistic pictures of my face, and then suddenly there's gonna be this. Art totally has street cred. He's street cred in my book. Does it count as street cred if your girlfriend thinks you have it? I'm drawing art. I'm drawing his emotes. We're not doing cat girls tonight. I'm drawing Art's emotes. And he said he wanted me to draw him satisfied after eating ramen. So I'm making him fat. Okay, you guys have known Art longer than me. It took me a minute. Not many of his friends have known Art longer than I have, so sometimes when people are like, I've known him longer, I can be like, no, you haven't. Ha ha ha! I know. I'm very good at this. Eve does, but thank you. I'm actually really proud of how this chibi is turning out. Eve predates a lot of things. Thank you. How have you been, Vading? How was your quiz? How is school? How is your thingamajig? Oh, that makes me a little sad because my style is actually like, except for the anime cat girls, it's usually like semi-realistic. I try very hard to be good at it. But thank you, I'm glad you do enjoy this, because, you know, if Art likes this emote, which he might, you can use it on his stream. That's what I'm really excited about. Okay. His shirt does come up. The little X is his belly button. He's got a little X belly button. X marks the spot. You go boop on his belly button. And it is his channel. I will probably put it in my Discord as an emote. I probably plan on doing that with all the emotes I design, where I'm like, hey guys, look, I made more emotes. They're in my Discord. No, it's gonna be colored so it'll be easier to tell. But I'm glad that things have been easy for you so far, Vading. Hopefully they're less stressed. But your Digimon, your little Digimon Fitbit Tamagotchi thing. Are you still happy with that? Is it still good? No! Why is he dead? I won't backhand him, but I will give him a soft smack. I do. I have a Discord. It's linked in the description. I have a server. We talk about weird things. post cat pictures, we post memes. It's not super active, but I'm trying. And I like the people in it. It's good so far. Yeah. You have to make him American. Did you like my Tamagotchi phone plan that I came up with? That I posted in the Discord a while ago? That's what I want. That is literally what I want for my phone. If they made like a child's toy like that, I would 100% do that. I would be like, yep, this is my new phone plan. Exactly. And Art told me that it wasn't. It was ridiculous. How dare. I actually tried to like find like Tamagotchi like mobile game apps for a little while, just because I've never had a Tamagotchi and I always wanted one as a kid, and they look so dumb. I was like, yeah, but either you had to pay for them, or they weren't in the Tamagotchi like pixely style, or they were not cool. But I did find one that was a baby like Tamagotchi Cthulhu. Go for it, do it. You're like, there's an untapped market of 2 people in America. And all of the children in Japan. Oh god. And I'm like, this chopsticks are hard to draw, guys. Did you know that? Because they're just straight fucking lines. And apparently, art school didn't teach me how to draw that. Ha, I never went to art school. But yeah, I found this little like Cthulhu pixel Tamagotchi game for the phone. You feed him people. You can play little mini games. When he's a baby, he's like just a tentacle head with little wings. It's so fucking cute. I played it for like 3 months, and then I maxed out on everything, and I was like, well, now I'm bored. Because the only way to restart, I think, is either to let him die. You can also bathe him. He lives in a pond, but like you have to like take a sponge and scrub him. It's really cute. And when he eats people, like blood comes out, and it's like little pixelated like blood dust. Oh, it's amazing. I really want to I've never played any of the Pokemon games ever, because too many people were really into them when I was a kid, so I was like, obviously they must be lame if everyone loves them. But I really want to get like an old retro Game Boy, or to play the old Pokemon games on. Do you not like all of the bowls of ramen? I'm realizing that I do need to like draw a table or some like kind of like end, so that the bowls aren't just hanging in fucking midair. Oh, the story. Okay. Okay. I've seen some really good like Game Boy emulators for mobile apps. But I don't want an emulator. I want to feel the button click. That's what I like. Buttons. I want you to know I held my breath for almost that entire time while I was drawing this line right now. Using all of my concentration. And it's not straight, and I fucking hate it. Okay. Oh, no. Cthulhu wouldn't die in horrible ways. The people would. The people you fed to Cthulhu. They can sit on his belly. Nope. I'm not liking the curve. Nope. Okay. I've made a decision. Executive decision has been made. You get to be lazy for 2 days in a row and it dies? That's terrible. You only get 2? That's really sad. I'm lazy for so many days in a row. My Digimon would die so fast. Oh, you have to wear it? Okay, so it lives if you wear it. It dies if you don't. Okay. I guess it's a little bit better. I'm just gonna... Fuck it. You know what Clip Studio has? Tools. Tools for this bullshit. I'm gonna use it. It will be depressed and it'll kill itself. That's awful. Is this? Okay. There we go. He had a Fitbit for his dog. That's really bad. I feel like if you're really depressed and you don't wear the Fitbit, and you wear the Fitbit, but like you don't go out and get active very often, and you see your Digimon monster get more and more depressed as you get more and more depressed, that is not a good sales thingy. That's not motivating at all. Look at how round he is. Boop, 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 boop. Yes. Oh my god. That's amazing. He could. Art could be in the ramen. Look at how much ramen. I should probably put like little designs on the bowls or something, or at least like stripes. There we go. Stripies! Different kinds of stripies. Look at that. This is... yes. Okay. Okay, so maybe it does work. I would just be more worried about it worsening symptoms with people. Oh, shit, I know how to do the thing. Come on. Okay. So you know the really cool, like, fish pattern, like the waves? You just go... whoop, like this. And then I think it's cool. I think it's a cool pattern. I'm not apparently going to be able to do it that tiny on the bowl, though. So back to stripes. I know, this one will have triangles. Do, 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 do. And now back to the big stripe. The big stripe. That's not what I wanted. I feel weird it not being a holiday now. Does that make sense? Like the holidays are over, but my brain is still like, what holiday is next? What happens next? And I'm like, nothing. Now we do taxes. Valentine's Day. And taxes. Yeah. Alright. So that is emote number 1. I will color it later, but for now we're just doing the sketches for them. This next one is going to be Art eating cup ramen. It's going to be the start of his ramen journey. Yep. I'm so glad you like it. That's fishy part. Okay. Cup ramen is amazing. I do know that they're like regular not cup ramen, just regular like packaged instant ramen is usually slightly better quality, but cup ramen is just easy, it's fast, it's so good still. Okay, swoosh hair, swoosh. Well. Because most of his hair is like kind of piled on the side. Ooh. So Maruchan came out with this one specialty flavor called hot and spicy shrimp. And it came in like their, like, I think it was like a special like Tastes of Japan, like special edition thing that they did. It was in a purple bowl. And it came with like little mini like dried shrimp that you'd put in with it. Oh my god, it was amazing. It was so good. That is my favorite ramen to this day, and you can't get it anymore. I think there's one supermarket that sells it in this entire state now, and that's just because they didn't run out of stock of it. I don't know if Maruchan's ever gonna bring it back either. I miss it so much. I used to do that all the time. I still do that. I say used to like I stopped eating ramen. I have not. And neither has Art. But Art likes the packaged ramen that like you have to cook on the stove, which is fine. And I'll put like a soft-boiled egg in it. I put 2 soft-boiled eggs in mine. He likes to have 1. And then green onions sometimes, or like shiitake mushrooms. And then I like to put fish cakes in mine sometimes. Oh, it's so good. Yes. You know what? We're just gonna have him slurping the noodles out without even using chopsticks like a monster. Haha! Exactly. It means he just essentially like picks up like 2 noodles and just slurps and slurps until he's had them all. Just one continuous noodle slurp. I'm not even gonna try to make that fucking noise. I'm also sizing, so these are not actually emote sized, they are much bigger, and I sized them this way so that eventually we can make them into like stickers or something. Because I think they would be adorable that way. And like they're sized so that they can be sized down to be the proper size for Twitch emotes. I just like to think ahead of like what else I could use a project for. Oh shit, I made that ear too high. Actually, yeah. Yeah, usually you want them much bigger so you can size them down, because even though they will be more pixelated, if you start at that size, it's really hard to put in any detail. Like, it's easier to size something down than it is to size something up. Because when you're sizing something down, you're just compressing details and it like essentially just merging things together. When you're sizing something up, you're making something out of nothing, and it's no bueno. Let's give him like that little like kitty like brie mouth that they do in some animes. That's also really cute. Art does not send me emotes very often, like emojis, when I text him or on Discord. But when he does, he likes to use the one where it's like the two faces and the three. And it's really cute. Something that I've always wanted to do, which I know is like really weird, but as an artist, I've always wanted to make emojis, because some emojis are just so cool. So emotes is like the next best thing that I can do. What are costume emotes? And hey Ventus, thanks for stopping by. How are classes? How are things going? It's nice to talk to you again. Wow. Okay. What is a costume emote? Is it like emotes from different, like cosplay emotes? Like you do different characters? You know what? That's fair. You do have some of the weirdest emotes. Custom emotes. Yes. I'm glad classes are going well for you. But yeah, that's what these are. These are the custom emotes for the Try Hard Friends channel here on Twitch. And what else? Yes. Vivating, you do have some of like the best emotes I've seen in Discord. They're pretty great. Gotta take that Crest toothpaste swoosh. It is. I'm glad classes are treating you well, Ventus. Yeah, nothing much else has been going on. I'm trying to reduce my coffee intake because I truly drink unhealthy levels of it, but didn't have any today. You know what? I do that with memes. If I see a good meme that I like, I will save it, and then I have like 3 different folders for memes on my phone, and I'll just sometimes a conversation will just hit me and I will remember the perfect meme and I'm like, hang on. Or I will just really quick like look it up on Google if I can't find it on my phone. I truly have too many memes. My phone is like, what are you doing? Stop it. You don't use these. I get notifications that are like, do you want to archive these? You haven't looked at them since you put them in here. If you've ever been to my live streams before, you know what? I do have a bunch of those on my computer when I got a new phone. So I've had to dig through and like decide which ones I try to only keep like art references on my computer. I actually need to clean up my desktop soon because I've got a lot of art references there now. Okay, so I do have like a separate folder for the memes that I'm like, these ones seem like they would be good for my Instagram. So if you ever see me post memes on my Instagram, those are pre-sorted and I'm like, these ones are good. Like they are my best memes that I have. Or they're memes about topics that I care about. I try to keep current events. I was gonna say like popular topics. I was like, that's not what it is. Current events in there. Yay! I'm glad you like them. Usually I'm like, it has to pass the test of, okay, did it make me laugh the first time? Okay, I'll save it to my phone, and then like later I will go through when I accrue enough memes, or I'm low on my Instagram story memes folder, I will go through my other memes folders and I'm like, which ones make me laugh again? Which ones are still good? Or just weird. I also like posting just really weird memes where it's like, this doesn't make sense. Ah, ha, 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 ha. I like that. You know what? That's fair. Ugh. I need a refill on like my coffee and my tea. I have to get that in a bit. I don't know if I like the splashes that I've put. Ooh, what if I actually attach them to the cup? Yeah, that makes sense. There's a subreddit, like, I think it might just be called Beans, or it's like beans in things. And people will legitimately put like canned beans in terrible places and then take a picture and then be like, beans. I've seen them in trees, I've seen them in shoes, I've seen them in like condoms. It's so, cause they just get to like the top of Reddit and I'll just be like, oh, this looks like an interesting title. Maybe it's something funny. And I'll click it and I'm like, no, this is not, no. I'm just gonna put, okay. They are so weird. They're so bad. Okay, if you've seen my live streams before, you'll notice that in my regular live streams, I usually flip the canvas back and forth a lot. I've not been doing that with this because he's chibi. He's supposed to be cute. He's not supposed to be proportional. But I did just do it because I'm like, kind of want him a little bit symmetrical. Oh, there we go. Chibis are really hard. So I like really really well done chibis. Some of the chibi styles are really good, but some of them I'm like, this is no bueno. This is not. What are you doing? Stop. And most of the time when I draw chibis, I'm like, what is this monster? Just because I focus always, a lot of my art focuses a lot on proportions and getting things down as realistically as possible with as much detail as possible. But chibis are all about like being cute and simplification. And I think I'm doing so well tonight, and I'm not like bombing this totally, is because the past few streams I've been doing, so the past few pieces have been those anime cat girls. And anime is still very simplified, but just starting like going from semi-realistic to kind of a regular styled anime to chibis is a really good transition and helps me get into transitioning something like a very detailed image in my head to something that's very simple on the page. So thank you. I'm really happy with how these are coming out so far. Yeah. But then, like, because sometimes I'll go, okay, so I'll practice anime for, like, this week, and then next week I'll do this super semi-realistic drawing, and I'll get, like, art style whiplash, and I just, like, my brain just can't do it, and then I'm like, oh no, now I am bad at art. Anime has made me bad at art. And I'm learning that that's not what it is. It's just different styles, and I have to kind of readjust to all of them. Yeah. Yeah. These are all ramen-based emotes. Essentially, the reason why Art hasn't had any updated emotes in so long is because he could not decide what kind of emotes he wanted. And I came up with this idea because he has this shirt that says send nudes, but instead of like nudes as in like naked picture, like N-U-D-E-S, it's N-O-O-D-S, and it's got like a picture of a ramen bowl. And I was like, well, what if we did a few of them as like cup ramen or different types of ramen, so when you wear that shirt on certain streams, you can be like, send nudes, guys, and they'll send you like the emotes. And then he was like, well, I like ramen. What if I just made my channel points like ramen points or something, and all my emotes were ramen themed? And I was like, yes, that's amazing. That's what we're going with for so far right now. He is very picky. It took me like a good 3 months of talking to him about this exact thing before he was like, yeah, let's do ramen. Try hard ramen. If we do this enough and Art suddenly gets like a sponsorship from like a ramen company, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm also gonna 100% remind him that I came up with the idea. Oh, the cats are cute. I don't know whose emotes those are. I like the Stormtrooper one, and the little like green frog one, and the robot one with the glowy eyes. Those are cute. Yes, like how they'll do like specialty flavors for like K-pop and J-pop idols, where they're just like, it's BTS flavored McDonald's meal. It can be like try hard flavored ramen. Totally. I'm totally taking yes. Because I'm the person that takes credit for ideas. I'm murdering you. I had no idea what that was until like we were getting McDonald's, and I was like, why is there like a J-pop idol group on the McDonald's? I was like, is this the new Happy Meal toy? And they're like, no, it's what they like to eat. And I'm like, I don't think they like to eat the chicken nuggets. I think that is a lie. Oh god, so I go on webtoons a lot and read a lot of different webtoons. And Webtoon has been partnering with a lot of like different like major comic distributors. Like they have some DC Comics now with DC comic characters because DC Comics signed a contract with them to do specific new story arcs, which is really cool. But they also apparently signed a contract with BTS, those that idol group that signed a contract with McDonald's. So now there's like this weird comic about the BTS band boys. and Webtoon is trying to sell it really hard. Like every time I go into the app to like read like my Lore Olympus and all of my other like feel good comics, they're like, do you want to read about the music boys? The idols? And I'm like, no, I don't. This is the opposite of what I want. I came in here to read drama that takes place in medieval times with potential magic. I did not come in here to read about K-pop singers. Do it. The art style looks really nice. And these emotes look really cool, Spectre. I think they're still much more detailed and like more planned out than what anything that I'm gonna do very soon, but those are pretty good. Yes. It's like their main just look up like Webtoon BTS comic and it will be right there. So Art has this send nudes shirt, right, where he's got the noodles and it says send nudes, and I have this shirt of a panda, like a cute cartoon chibi panda eating a bunch of noodles, and I like to wear it when he wears his send nudes shirt. That's really cool. I talked to Art about doing ones where I'm like, well, we could do ones that you kind of like change out based on what game you're playing. And he's like, no, that is too much effort. Like, I just want a standard view. And she's like, I just want updates. I'm like, okay, fine. We could be cool, but I guess not. Good luck, Ventus. Let us know how it goes. Gotta love them guinea pigs. Guinea pigs kind of scare me. Chibis with guns. Ramen guns. Does that work out? No. Oh, okay. So, you guys want to... I mean, it's his channel, so it's his decision for everything, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Art does make very good decisions for his stream and his content. It's just that more when it comes to the branding, because I have more experience with that kind of stuff, he's just kind of like, I don't know, but I know that I don't want that. And I'm like, okay. Yes. I do want to make emotes for my own channel, but you only get emotes when you get to affiliate. And while I am close, I don't even know if I want to hit affiliate. You're reading the comic? I don't know if I want to do affiliate with Twitch just yet. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Just because I don't stream very often, so. Reading it, is it good? Baiting, tell me if it's good. I don't want to read it, I just want to know if it's good. Oh my god. I very briefly did Webtoons comics, which was fun, and I want to do it again. It's just that it takes a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time. Just Vading's kidney. For a second, my brain was like, I don't even know if you have kidneys, Ginger. And I was like, I definitely have kidneys. I would be dead if I didn't have kidneys. Do you ever question if you have an organ? No? No? Yeah? No? You're like, just give me the artificial one already. I can do it. Look at how happy he is eating his ramen. Hi, Gecko! How are you doing? Is the oh god. That comic sounds truly terrible. How are you doing, Gecko? I'm doing emotes for a Try Hard stream. Sometimes I question if I have a brain too. It's okay. Something I like to do to test my brain is to think up ridiculous, terrible scenarios or questions, and then ask them of Art and be like, "What if this was a thing?" And he's like, "Why? Why would you ever? What? Why?" Or sometimes it's like, "Google exists, Ginger. What? Why are you asking me this and you're not using Google?" And that's when I tell him he is my Google. See? Isn't it great? Thank you. It's fantastic. I'm glad you liked it. It is so funny too. I kind of want to read this, look at this stupid comic and be like, and judge them a little bit. Because there are actual really good artists on Webtoon that they probably could have paid for this bullshit. I'm trying to get Art to watch Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girls. Because how do hands? Because I got him to watch like the first and second episode, and he's like, "What is this?" He's like, "Is this one of your animes you watch when I'm not around?" And he was like, "What? She's lit. Why?" I was like, "No, there's real plot and story. It's good." And he's like, "Show me where the plot is." I think they were gonna make a second or third season. I think they were gonna make another season of Rascal Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. But I'm not 100% on that. Because it ended very, like it had a very good ending, I thought. I thought it ended very nicely. There's, like, one huge semi-realistic hand over here, and then there's one just paw over there. Chibi hands are especially hard. Mysterious lights, eat them. It's really good. I will advertise it on my stream. You should watch it. There is some sexual innuendo, so you have to be at least 16 when you watch it. But it's more than that, and it's really good. And it's definitely worth a watch. How did this hand become a paw and this hand looks so good? What the fuck? I'm gonna make Art watch it more. But right now, I'm getting him to watch Scissor 7, which is also really good, and it is not at all a bunny girl anime. But it's really funny. The first couple of episodes are very, like, iffy, where they're, like, kind of, like, finding their humor, and it's really weird. But it gets really good, and I'm trying to get him there. He's putting up with it well. I know I shouldn't really be this concerned with the hands because the emote's going to be so tiny that you're just going to see them as like blobs of color, really. But I'm trying. I'm trying to give you guys something good. Maybe, because aren't there like 7 or 8 of them? Maybe every episode is just the next one in line getting eaten by the lights. When in doubt, just you're just going through each episode just like, what is this? Another thing that I know about emotes is you kind of want to keep things close together and not have a lot of like separate shapes unless it's like a confetti type thing, because then you just get weird like dots. Yeah. Those words make sense together. Ooh. Sometimes when I do curves, my brain just goes whoop, and then it says it out loud. Episode 5 is different! The green spits them back out. They know it tastes good. This is amazing. Oh no! He fought against it. He's the bad boy of the group. That's how we know. But like the idol craze in Korea and Japan is scary. They sign contracts that legally they cannot be in a romantic relationship. They're basically treated like possessions and worked to death almost. It's kind of insane. A lot of them have come out more talking about it and about how it's not okay. Oh, episode 6 is the bad boy. He uses a car. Yes. But he's gonna be a bad boy with a heart of gold. That's how it works, right? Every asshole is a dude just waiting to prove he's a good guy, right? But you're under contract to be single forever because all of these young women are obsessed with you and want to have your babies. And the second you are in, like, even have a female friend, like, you risk your entire job. I'm gonna put, like, little dots in here so I can mark where I kind of want, like, green onions or, I don't know. Yeah, mostly just, like, green onions. The Korean Japan, the idol culture is really bad. I wouldn't say, like, the whole culture. I actually really like certain aspects of Korean and Japanese culture, but like aspects of all culture. Well, most culture. Some are bad. That sounds really bad. All of them are interesting. Some of them have bad traditions. There we go. You know what? That's fair. Yeah, the idol culture. Okay. Look at this. We did a whole other emote. Hooray! But the thing with, so you also, like, they go through such insane shit, like the dance routines and how quickly they have to learn them and how often they have to train them, and it's just no bueno. Okay. So for the next emo, I have to I'm gonna look at my list, see what the other emo options were. You finished the whole thing? It's been like 15 minutes! How was it? Everyone was eaten by the green. Well, it might be ongoing. They might not have finished it. Okay. Alright. He wanted like a hot sauce or a spicy thing. And the SpongeBob Rainbow. We're gonna do SpongeBob Rainbow next. Because that one was absolutely my idea because I love the stupid SpongeBob Rainbow scene. And how it's become a meme. It's like my favorite thing ever. Did it make you want to listen to the entire BTS album? Did the... Did it get you in the mood for the J-pop music? Oh. It worked. They did it. They got you. Oh, I forgot to add the curly cues to his face. So sorry. Ooh. Ooh. No. Now you want their babies too? Do you want to have them, or do you just want to kidnap their babies all creepy like? Just like, I can't have their babies, no one can! Some fangirls are like that. Some fangirls scare me. I've met some, and I'm like, you are a little terrifying. Ooh. Ooh. I'm trying to draw it like the Spongebob, but it's not. You're just an angry supervillain. I was on Tumblr just long enough in college to be like, maybe the supervillains aren't all bad, and now I can't go back. Now I cannot. I've been cursed. The Tumblr curse. I remember when I came up with this emote idea, I was like, what if we did you, but with like the SpongeBob rainbow moment? And he's like, what does that mean? And I wrote it down exactly the way I said it. It was like SpongeBob rainbow moment, but art. And he was like, are you gonna even know what that means? I was like, yeah, I will. And I still remember. Sometimes you just need your own notes. Imagine it. Yes, but I like using it. Like, I found one version on the internet where they had taken that still and they had called it they had named it anxiety. Like, so it said over the rainbow, anxiety. Right? Doesn't it? Does it go over? Imagine. Okay, I'm trying to remember like where it goes on his face. I think it goes kind of like over his head. I'm not gonna look up a reference because I don't want it to be perfectly the same as the SpongeBob one, because that would be, yeah. No cat girls today. We're doing emotes for a Try Hard stream. How are you doing? Ah! Hi, Vading! Thank you for the follow! Oh, shit. Pick them. Yeah. Sometimes I hit buttons when I don't mean to. I'm gonna have to put it lower so you can see his face. Why hasn't what clicked yet? The follow notification? No. Maybe if we ask Art nicely, he'll let me draw him as a cat boy in the sexy clip. Honestly, Vading, I thought you had already followed. No! And then I lost all of my followers. Okay, I promise not to draw Art as a sexy cat boy. It'll be the secret stream where Art's not invited. think Art would make a great cat girl. Peer pressure, peer pressure. How have you been, F? Thank you for coming into this. Please, Art, please play a cat boy. And then I can draw your cat boy character, and I won't draw you as a cat boy. Does that sound like a good compromise? Okay, SpongeBob definitely does it like over his head. So we're gonna redo this entire thing. I could make the bunny boy apocalypse. If I drew Art as a tanuki, he would be clothed. You would not see any of the fun bits of a tanuki. The Bunny Crusade. No. No, 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 no. Catboy. I demand Catboy. Cat boys. I gotta give him a little bit of like poofy cheek because SpongeBob. Would you like your ears up or down? No, our Catboy. Demand of Catboy. That's like the only decision you get to make about your Catboy characters. Do you want to look like the sad, pouty Catboy or the perky, excited Catboy? This is a lot of Catboy details. This is going really far. This looks kind of terrifying. No, this is about your Catboy. Catboy. I refused, Bunny. Don't look up, Catboy. Don't do it. Even I know better than that. I'm not super excited about how this one is going. Maybe it's just something about like the SpongeBob anatomy. But hi, the salty plumber. Trying to think of how I want to sketch out this. We might just have to table this emote for right now, and instead do art in the sexy boots. It could be your face. Your face is fine. But we're gonna do you in the sexy boots now. You ready? No, you are not. No one is ready. There is a Catboy in magic pajamas. No. Someone got me to look that up once. I was in college. I had never heard of it. I was like, what is it? And they were like, hee, look it up. And like an idiot, I did. Okay, so I'm assuming that basically everyone here has at some point seen the Spongebob movie. Am I correct? Yes, I'm going to say that I am. In part of the Spongebob movie, Patrick Star wears these very tall, thigh-high, like sexy boots with fishnets. I am now attempting to draw art in these sexy boots with the fishnets. The one where he sings about how he's a goofy goober, and he, yes, the original one. Oh my god, yes, the new Nicolas Cage movie. The Unbearable Weight of I can't remember what it's called, but where he plays himself. Isn't it like The Unbearable Weight of Absolute Brilliance or something weird like that? Sexy Patrick did not go over my head as a kid. I was like, I've seen boots like that before, and my parents were like, no, you haven't. Silence. I don't know if it's gonna make the best emote, though. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I was a very sheltered child, but like I very luckily had friends who would explain things to me if I really didn't understand them. My parents were very open about things. They were just very open to a degree that they felt was necessary, and maybe not to a degree that I needed socially. Does that make sense? Like, I knew what things were, I just did not know what the terms were for them. There we go. Like the slang terms. I did not learn slang terms until I was much older. Which is apparently like one of the better ways to do it, because then if your kids, like if you teach your kids proper bodily anatomy names and then suddenly they come to you talking about like with weird terms for it, you know that someone has talked to them about it, and you can like, it's just to watch your kids to make sure that they're not getting traumatized. Okay. I'm gonna put him in the Patrick Star shorts too, because I don't want people to think that Art just wears these boots around the house. Don't want people to know all of our secrets. Good. Gave you like Elvis hair on accident for a minute. I remember learning about that in high school, like what teabagging was. I had to have my boyfriend at the time explain it to me what it was, because I saw it like in a video game and I was like, why is he doing that? What is it? And he's like, he's teabagging. And I remember being very upset and very confused as to why it was called teabagging. I was like, why? What does, he's like, because your scrotum is like a tea bag. And I was like, that's not, no, it is not. That's not how, stop it. It still doesn't totally make sense to me. I think it's so dumb that that's what it's called. Why is it called that? Tell me. Would you legitimately dip your scrotum in a cup of tea? I will forget to look it up. Just tell me now, and you can see my genuine reaction. I mean, you can't see it, but you can hear it. Just tell me. I must know. I do remember that bit by Daniel Tosh. I have heard that one. That was pretty good. It's part of the plan. What is the plan? Well, yeah, because he was like, the tips don't matter. I'm just gonna pay everyone like $20 an hour so they can be assholes. Because I think he's worked as a server before. He was like, it sucks. People are awful. You know? This is not nice. Not telling me the things. Being rude. That's a really bad pun. It's just essentially like I'm just gonna zoom in real fucking close. You would be amazed at the details I can put in. When it shows up as an emote, it might not be super visible, but that's okay. Oh wait, hang on. The tiny saucy smile. Saucy. But see, the thing is, the fun part about not having a camera on stream is I don't feel obligated to put on makeup or like a nice shirt. I can sit here in my pajamas with my messy hair and like no makeup, and I can just be a goblin while I draw and make terrible puns. I am the art goblin. I live in the basement. We don't have a basement to our apartment. Yeah, I found out people made art goblins like in Sims, where they just essentially train one sim to just make art all the time in the basement. And I was like, can I have that job? Can that be real? Can I please? And Art was like, no, when you do it in Sims, because he plays Sims more than me. And by more than me, I mean he plays it like once a year and I don't. He was like, they literally are not allowed to sleep. They go insane. They eat like toast and then eventually they die and I have to have a new art goblin. And I'm like, yep, that sounds great. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe someday I'll have emotes, and one of my emotes can be me as an art goblin. Gotta put a little bit of butt detail in there. Oh, I'm sorry. That really sucks when you run out of time. I mean, I hope you still did well, but it's not your fault. And you could also, like, if it's a big part of your grade, you might be able to talk to your professor and be like, hey, I didn't understand some concepts, it was timed, and I is there any way I can retake it? And some of them will be very understanding about it. Yeah. Just like, yes, chibi art goblin ginger. And what would you use that for? Like when someone like makes a joke about a person like living in a basement and never seeing the sun, you can be like, yes, and you'll just whip that one out and be like, this is what they look like. Because that would be correct. Oh, I've had that happen on quizzes and tests all the time. I am not a good test taker. Which I know sounds ridiculous. It's just like memorization that comes from reading or auditory learning is not my thing. I'm more of a hands-on learner. So I'm really good at memorizing things if I can take notes or if I can what's the word? Or if it's like an action I can learn with my hands. So I am not good at taking tests. I came up with the idea for this one. Actually, so we came up with all of these emote ideas, and Art was like, oh, look, now I have like 4 animated slots. I'm like, can we just animate some of the other emotes I'm already gonna make you? He's like, no, we should have whole new animated emotes. This could be an animated emote. I came up with the idea for this emote. You can take it or leave it. You don't have to use it. I think it's just fun. Thank you. Discord only. My Discord only. I'm glad you like the pose. Yeah, I tried to, before COVID, back when I was in school, I tried to take an online class, like, just on top of my regular classes, because I was like, that way I won't, like, one day I can just take the online class, I don't have to, go onto campus, I can stay, like, instead of having, like, a break day, I was like, I can at least take one more class. It was awful. I dropped it within, like, the time to get, like, the full refund for it, because it was just so bad. He was like, it was essentially like, he was like, well, because this is online, you're going to be expected to do twice as much work. And I was like, I do not need this. Oh. The only time I've ever essentially been like, I don't need to study for a test. I know the information, I paid attention, was in my language arts classes. Because I am good at that. But that was it. All my other classes, I was like, I might fail, I might pass. Who knows? Do you know what's cool? Back dimples. I like those. When you see someone who's got like those little like back dimples like right above their butt. Yeah. They're just like tiny. I mean, it doesn't sound wrong. I think that's the correct answer. Oh no! Yeah, but I think with a true or false question, they're just looking for true or false. I'm gonna try to give him like a sultry eye look. There we go. Your brain's just like, yes! But when the question is so easy and obvious, you're like, is it wrong? That's what I'll do, is if I come up with the answer too fast, my brain's like, that is definitely incorrect. But it can't possibly be anything else. But I definitely came up with that too quickly, and I am not that smart. What is happening? I know this is just a tiny chibi, but look at how nicely shaped these calves are. I'm proud of myself. These are nice calves. Upcoming soft. I don't know what makes you look at these boots and go, softcore porn, but sure, softcore. Let's go with that. Oh, but Salty Plumber, the way that I am getting the fishnets to work is I am making them much bigger than like what fishnets normally are. Like, I'm making the cross-hatching much bigger. So that hopefully it can still be seen when it's tiny. Why would you ever start with softcore? That sounds so boring. You go hard or you go all the way. Or you go home. We are in it to win it, boys. Oh my god. The gateway porn. Oh god. No, that story is not appropriate for stream. It will not be told. It took me a minute. I was about to go into it and then I was like, wait, no. Is that not how dividing by 0 works normally? Just create infinite? I'm trying to get the toes to match on the fucking shoes. It's like drawing eyes. They're never symmetrical. Okay. This is the softcore porn art emote based on Patrick Star. You'll never know. Dun 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 dun. Ah, okay. So we did the Patrick sexy boots. Okay. Now we're just gonna do, let's do one more and then we're gonna do art screaming. Because that he wanted like a rage one And so we're gonna do that. Where he's like, yeah, angry face art. Come to my streams. There are no answers, only more questions. I actually want to look at like all three of them right now really quick. Look at all of them. They're so nice. Okay, wait. This is probably like the biggest you will ever see them on the stream or like in Discord. It's kind of like this size. And I think the details hold up pretty well. Including like you can still see kind of like some of the fishnets. Where did the cheek curlies go? I know I did them. Maybe I accidentally got rid of them. But now I have to redo them on his face. Something fell. Ah, no. I remembered, I have it recorded. I remember doing them. I think that I had to like undo a couple of lines over on this one, and I hit undo too many times, and because I wasn't paying attention, I like lost them over here. We're just gonna sneaky do this. This is like the selection tool for Clip Studio. So I can just look at this shit. Copy. Paste. Aha! And then it should do like a pixelated like when you're in Star Wars, when you watch Star Wars and they do the light speed thing and all the lights go shoo, it should do that, and then do kind of like a snowy cloud / galaxy scene, but like in that pixelated like computer bit. Yeah, that's what it should do. That would be super cool. Okay. I'm so happy with these. Yeah, but this is about like how small they'll probably end up being. I also like totally forgot to put in this bit. What is wrong with me? I just got too excited to do the Patrick Star bit. Wasn't there someone who figured out how to like program and play video games on like one of those TI-83 calculators? Or there were like a few of them that like came out with mini games on them, I want to say. Maybe that's what it was. Is I saw somebody like had figured out how to run Doom on it. No. I did that with a lot of like the easy calculators. Or what we would do is we would set it up so that the calculator said boobies when we like closed them up, so that the next time somebody turned it on, it would immediately say boobies and they would get in trouble. Because we were shitty like that. Okay. Okay. So this emote that I'm about to do, where it's like art kind of like screaming, is based off of when I was doing webtoon comics, I did a short comic where Art gets really frustrated, and Art is not the kind of person who like shows he's frustrated on the outside as much. So it was kind of like internally in Art's mind, he's screaming, right? And it was a really funny panel. I think I had it as my phone background for a little while. So I'm gonna try to do like a slightly like simpler or smaller version of that, because it was already chibi when I did it for the comic. I think I just called it like Gingersnap Comics or Gingersnap Draws Comics. I wanted to continue doing it, and I still actually have a lot of scripts for it, for short ones that I plan on doing. It's just that like life got in the way, and I haven't been able to update it in almost a year. Oh, you found it? Let me know what you think. But again, it was done like a year ago. Or almost 2 years ago. I think I did it during COVID. Because I didn't have a job. I do hope that it is at least better than the BTS boy band stuff. Oh god. Well, the art isn't as cool as just pictures with green lights. Nobody gets eaten by green lights. Totally forgot to change colors again. Every other time I like look over a little bit and I just see the Patrick Star bit. Oh, bye Ventus! Thank you for coming to say hi. Have fun bowling. I honestly have not heard anyone say they were going out bowling in forever. So I hope it's fun. I hope that the pictures are still weird that they show when you get like a spare or a strike. Show the weirdest videos. Yeah, that's a struggle. That's a lot of my life. I'm like, what did I do with my entire day? I set aside this day for art. Well, I've forgotten what half of those ones are. I don't even know if I want to go back to that kind of sketchy art style as much. I might do more like a, maybe something a little bit more like this, where it's like a little bit more polished. You're just like, no, too relatable. No. He dares into. I had to put all my minis like in a box. Because I'd look at them and I'd be like, I want to, but I don't have time. And I'd feel really bad. They go in a box now. Whoops, this does not need to be at 50. There we go. Oh no. He's like, this display is awesome, but do not look in this corner. Like, you take pictures of it and you just like stick your finger out so that they can't see the one little corner where you're like, no. You found the original art screen! That might be like one of my favorite, at least my most memorable panel that I've ever drawn. It is from cold ramen. This is what happens in Art's mind when his ramen gets cold or the noodles gets too soggy and he's just ah! Glorious. You know, I'm not gonna lie, there were some times when he would be playing Destiny and I could hear it in his voice. Like, not so much that anyone else could, but enough where I was like, oh no, he's getting frustrated. Not usually with you guys. He was pretty happy to play with you guys, but when he played with like random teams. I have heard that randos are the worst for most games. I'm getting so good at his hair swishes that I'm just swoosh, so smooth. Plug in my computer now. Whew. Have fun with your quiz. Thank you so much for hanging out. It was really great to talk to you, Vading. Good luck on your quiz. Okay. Do your homework. That was my impression of a strict teacher. I could like cook an egg on my Mac. This is no bueno. We're gonna bump this back up to 25 so we can fill in the letters. I actually have not been able to yet. Too much work to do. And also, I don't live in a very good neighborhood, but I have an external hard drive now, and Art's gonna fix up the PC that I use for streaming to be able to also handle my art program for Clip Studio Paint, so that I can still try to at least draw and like not fall behind on Patreon, or if I get any commissions, not fall behind on those while my Mac has been sent in. Yeah, we don't live in a very good neighborhood, and I don't want to like send my Mac out and then have them like ship it back and somebody steal it off the porch. Because this is literally $2,000 that I do not have. So. I take really good care of it though. I'm so gentle with it. I treat it like a baby. The most fragile of babies. I shouldn't. I'm not cooking eggs on my... What happened here? I don't cook eggs on my map.
I'm just saying that I could if I wanted a delicious, healthy snack right now. My Mac is something I could cook it on. Honestly, I need another cup of fucking coffee. I also need to clean my goddamn coffee maker. Right now I'm using instant coffee because I need to clean my fucking coffee maker. Debating, that felt like it was 2 minutes, not 5. I'm very worried about your grade all of a sudden. You've submitted it so fast that the web app couldn't handle it. Well, okay. I'm proud of you for getting 100%. I need coffee at all hours. I think after the stream I'm gonna try to make curry. Because that's what I want. Crazy swirly eye. There we go. He's fired as the coffee boy. Unfortunately, I don't have any funds to hire an actual coffee boy. Okay, that's good. It's always good to double check and make sure you know what you're doing. And some instant coffees are really fancy, and they do count as coffee. And I tried to buy one of the fancy ones, and I did not. I failed in that attempt. I do have really nice coffee that I have like all sealed up and ready for when I clean my coffee maker. And I have the cleaner for my coffee maker. I just haven't gotten to the cleaning step yet. After doing art classes where we all shared like a communal coffee maker that hadn't been cleaned since it was bought, I try very hard to be on top of cleaning my coffee maker and not drinking out of it when it is dirty, at least. I used to drink gas station coffee. There's actually a gas station near us that has some pretty good coffee, and they do like seasonal flavors. They're fancy. But it's not terrible. The only kind of coffee I don't like is like McDonald's coffee. McDonald's coffee, like they have good specialty coffees that are halfway decent. I do not like their regular coffee. It is just hot, gross dirt water. It does smell like cat litter. This is Art when he is upset about a game. This is his rage emote. Is it the best? No. But I don't hate it. I will drink Starbucks coffee because it is good, but I don't think it is as good for the price that they make you pay. It's just ridiculous. Well, maybe you shouldn't be putting coffee in between your legs. Maybe that's not how you drink it. There's a coffee, like a cafe in Grand Rapids that I love. It's 24-hour. It's been 24-hour for forever. It's like super artsy and hipstery and super dumb, but their coffees are really reasonably priced and they are fucking delicious. It's amazing. Yes, so the whole McDonald's swing thing, I actually looked into it. The coffee was proven to be dangerously, scaldingly hot. She got third-degree burns after it fell on her lap through her jeans. Her jeans adhered to her skin. And she just sued them to pay for her medical bills because she had to have her skin replaced. So yeah. It's like a whole deal. And it was blown out of proportion by the lawyers in a large PR campaign. Yeah, I don't know. They did a large PR campaign to make her seem like she was crazy and ridiculous and blowing it out of proportion. But there's this amazing coffee place in Grand Rapids, 24-hour. They have one called the Peppermint Patty. It is amazing. They have another one called an Irish Nut, and it's got like a little bit of Irish cream in it. It is delicious. Those are my two favorites. They also have one, I can't remember what they call it, but it's like coffee, espresso, and a Red Bull. And they just put it all together. And they're just like, drink it. I remember when the Big B near my house used to do Red Bull smoothies, and I would get like a Red Bull mango or whatever, or like a mint or whatever flavor I decided that day smoothie, and that was amazing. And I would drink that at 8 o'clock at night. And my parents would be like, why isn't she sleeping? Well, yeah, it is really stupid that McDonald's hasn't done anything. Like, Okay. Okay, now we're gonna do. Oh yes, they have a warning label now. They haven't lowered the temperature of their very dangerous coffee. What emote should I do now? What happened with the frosty ice cream fiasco? What was that? Tell me. Tell me. I knew a girl who was in my high school advanced English course. She went to hackathon. What the fuck? I believe it. But what the fuck is hackathon? Is that like a hackers thing? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, because all McDonald's are French fries, and essentially McDonald's is a real estate company that also sells burgers. Because they rent the space to the franchises. The technical term. Okay. My dad would have those sometimes with at his job, at his like graphic design agencies. At some of them that they worked at. Some of them they were really bad, where it was essentially just like they gave you impossible deadlines, and you essentially had to show up and work for 48 hours straight and hate yourself. But then at other actual design agencies, they were really good, and it was essentially like you did your work, but it was also kind of a team building thing where they were like, hey, we've got like spaces if you want to sleep, we've got consoles, we've got video games, we've got like movies showing in certain rooms. Like it's more just a space, like everyone's trying to stay up and work on their work, but it's also supposed to be a bit more of a social event. Programming artist. Huh. McDonald's is just one of those evil like the eviler of the evil corporations. We kind of had events like those a little bit in the art building I was in, but it was more like a bunch of students in the same class would have a deadline or like a huge project or a portfolio review. So for a certain amount of days, they'd just go, okay, we're going to keep the building open 24 hours. So if anyone needs to work on projects, you guys can be here. And we would just buy snacks from the vending machine or get delivery until delivery like stopped for the night. And we would all just be in that room like working on design or printmaking or whatever. And we were fucking miserable, but it was a little fun. is the next emote? Except on Saturday nights. What was special about Saturday night? Okay, for this emote, we're just gonna do like a hot sauce bottle. It's too easy. Miserable but fun. Every time I think about my college experience, I like look back on it fondly, and then I remember how fucking miserable I was like the entire goddamn time. And then I'm like, but looking back, it was fun, but experiencing it was terrible. You know what, let's do it like this. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I'm pretty sure the library on our campus was they would close certain floors, but like the main floor, I think it was open until 1 or 2 in the morning. Or at least like during finals, they'd have special hours to where they were open that late. I didn't spend a lot of time in the library because most of my classes were studio classes, and the library frowns upon you bringing like oil paints among the priceless books. Nice. There were many a times when I would have like a entire art piece that the teacher would be like, "This is your homework. You have an entire week to do it. I expect you to spend 20 to 40 hours on this one art piece," which is kind of expected for like every art piece. It's not actually a lot of time for art. And I would just I would procrastinate until it was due the next day at 8:30 in the morning, and I would just stay up for 24 straight hours and do my homework, which was really bad. Something that would happen. So I was really lucky because one of my drawing professors, he really liked me because I tried really hard to do well in his class, but I also procrastinated really bad. So I'd stay up super late, and then we'd have critique. We'd be in class. We'd all be talking, right? So I would sit in the back because we didn't have desks. We would sit like on stools, right? Because it's a fucking art class. And I would sit kind of in the back on a stool, and I would like hold myself up, so I would require like constant balance in order to not fall off. And I'm like, this will keep me awake. I was like, if I just force myself to constantly need to reshift so I don't fall off, I can't fall asleep because I won't want to fall. Turns out I would still fall asleep. And nobody would say anything, but they would notice I would fall asleep for like a few minutes at a time, and the professor would just like he would convince everyone to just slowly move a little bit closer to my stool just in case I started to like fall, because I'd start to like lean, I guess. And I had no idea about any of this. I would just wake up and it would just look like everyone was just a little bit closer to me, and I was like, okay, sure, maybe people moved to see the art pieces, and I'd be like, nobody knows I fell asleep. I thought I was so sneaky until the end of the semester, and one of my classmates was like, no, you fell asleep all the time. We all knew you fell asleep. We were afraid you were gonna fall and crack your head. So the teacher had us just scooch closer to you so that if you started to fall, we'd catch you. And I was like, oh, that's really sweet. I actually fell asleep during our final critique day for our main final piece. We had to turn in 3 different pieces, and I finished all of them. I did really good on the final, but I remember I was like, because this is like right after my friend told me that people knew I fell asleep. So I was like, okay, fine. I will sit up near the front in like a short, kind of like comfy chair so that people won't have to worry about catching me if I fall, and I won't fall asleep because I'll be in front and I'll like feel the social pressure to be awake and to interact and be in the art critique. I fell asleep. The only reason I know I fell asleep is because the professor woke me up. The way he woke me up was just by standing in front of the chair and going, "Sleepy Ginger, Sleepy Ginger, wake up!" Like really quiet until he was slowly getting louder and louder, because I sleep like the dead. And that's what I woke up to, was everyone in the class giggling and him going, Sleepy Ginger. I was really lucky he liked me. Yep. And that was my first year of college. I got an A in that class. Like, I did fantastic. And then he recommended me for like an abroad study program over the summer. I was like, I can't believe you even liked having me in your class. It's like, you're great. You just need to stop fucking procrastinating. It was also just because that, like, I only fell asleep in like that one class because that drawing studio, thank you, was kept at like, I want to say it was kept at almost like 80 degrees. Oh my god. Oh, I remember for one final, this was also during my freshman year of college, but I think this was second semester, I stayed up for 24 hours working on projects. And I remember I got done at 6 a.m. and my class was at 8:30 a.m. and I was like, okay, I need to take a shower and I need to eat and then I need to go to class. I will lay down for 15 minutes. And instead of walking like the 2 steps it took to get to my bed, right, from the door of the dorm room, I just laid down on the floor because for some reason that made sense in my mind. So my roommate, who I was very good friends with at the time, came in to like get ready for her own finals because she had not spent the night in our dorm room. She came in and she just saw me like collapsed on the floor and she thought I had hurt myself or was dead. So she freaks out and she wakes me up. And I don't remember this because I was still apparently asleep while she was talking to me, but she was trying to make sure I was okay and I was just like, yeah, just 5 more minutes. I had slept for like an extra hour and I was almost late to my final. Yep. I remember curling up on the floor, like on a rug that we had down there, and I was like, this is so comfy. And I think part of my brain was like, yeah, if you sleep on the floor instead of on your bed, you will totally wake up for your 15-minute timer because you won't be in your bed. Your bed is too comfy. If you sleep on the floor, you'll wake up. I did not. Oh my god. Yeah, I did fantastic on those finals. Oh my god. Honestly, I look back at, I'm not even like, I'm 24. I'm not that far off from when I was in college, but I look back at like the shit I did in college and I'm like, I could never do that now. Like, I just ran my body ragged and I was like, I could not stay up for 24 hours to complete a project now. I could not be coherent after sleeping 3 hours in 48 hours and be able to give a presentation. I couldn't do that. Oh, there was the one time, so the freshman dorms were on one side of campus. And the art building where all of my classes were on the complete opposite side of campus, and there was not a bus that went to the art building. Oh no, that is not good. I sleep, so if I can, I will essentially sleep for 12 to 14 hours. My body will just go, we have to put her in a small coma And then on the weekdays, I will usually sleep for like 7 to 8 hours, and I feel like a fucking zombie. But there was this one time. It was in the second semester of my freshman year, and it was kind of like it was like springtime because it was towards the end of the semester, so it was still kind of warm out, or it was getting warm out. And okay. And so the art building one was on the exact opposite side of the building, of the campus, as compared to where the freshman dorms were. So it took a full 20 to 30 minutes to walk there at a decent pace, okay? Especially with my short-ass 5'1" legs. I was late to class a lot. I don't do well with early morning classes, and I did not know that until I took them, and it was too late to change. So I was late to class a lot, usually just by like 15 minutes, but enough time that like the teachers would mark it down. And at our college, if you were late for like more than 5 classes in the semester, like of that specific class, you would iced coffee is delicious. Silence. Amazing. No. Not in the winter, but every time else. So I was definitely late more than 5, like at least 5 times to my drawing class in the morning. And I had slept through all of my alarms. So it is 8 o'clock. My class starts, okay, that's fair. My class starts at 8 o'clock. So I wake up and I know that I'm gonna be at least 20 minutes late. But I also am like, I was like, I don't know what else to do. So I very quickly, like, I rush, I throw whatever clothes on I can find. I then grab my shoes, with the fastest shoes I can put on, which are sandals, right? Open-toed, like almost worse than flip-flops. They're like the flip-flops that don't go in between your toes, they just cover over the top of your foot. And I realized that I cannot run in these, and I have to run across campus. So what I do instead is I take off the shoes, and I hold them, and then I also hold my like huge messenger bag that I use to carry all of my art equipment, and I just like sprint across campus, barefoot, in like a t-shirt and like ripped skinny jeans, and like I get there in 10 minutes. Like I have the time, which is amazing. And I burst into the classroom. I walked through the entire I ran through the entire art building without my shoes on, because the drawing studio was also in the back of the art building, and there was no back door. So I have to run across campus barefoot, and then I'm running through the building barefoot. And I get there, and I stop, and I'm panting, and I'm like 10 minutes late. And the professor looks at me, and he's just like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I didn't want to be late. And he goes, "If I mark you late today, you have to go down an entire letter grade in this class. But you have never been absent for this class." And he goes, "I didn't see you. Turn around, go home." He's like, "Enjoy your day." And I'm just like, I like the physical effort it took and the pure panic I had for a solid 20 minutes almost had me crying. So I was just like, "Thank you." And I just walked barefoot out of the building, and I was like, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. Yep. That teacher really liked me. He was very nice to me. I think he could see that I was trying my best. He was fantastic. I don't want to say like his name on stream because he had like a kind of unique name, and there's not a lot of colleges in Grand Rapids, so I don't want to just out him like that, but he was fantastic. And I wish I had gotten to take more classes with him. That's like the weird thing with art teachers I've had. They're either amazing or they're terrible, and I've never had one that was just like, you're okay. This bottle doesn't look perfect. I think I can fix it. Because the bottle has a lot of like straight lines, so I'd like to try to at least get them mostly straight. That is, as soon as I get like onto a daytime early morning schedule, I can stick to it pretty well. But naturally I am a night owl, and I will just stay up until I get 5 hours of sleep, and then I'm miserable the next day, and I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Well, it's because you're a little bit of a fucking idiot sometimes. That's the thing I say to myself at my job. Yes. Woo. No, hot sauce bottle, why? You know what? Fuck it. Nope, now it's still all wonky. Okay. I'm not super happy with how this is turning out. Alrighty, kids. It looks like it is getting to be about that time of the night. If you guys can, yeah. Getting to the end of the stream. I'm gonna raid someone tonight, but first I want to give out some thank yous. Thank you, Vading and At and Spectre and Tryhard and Ventus. I know you're in there, and Abs and Salty Plumber and Gakko and who else said hello, and Dozeman. Thank you guys, everyone, for coming in and saying hi in the stream and chatting with me. I really appreciate it. It was really fun. And I'd also like to say thank you right now to my current Patreons, which are my current Patreons, Gecko and Fixer and Livid Lemming. And thank you to everyone who came to the stream and hung out, even if you weren't in chat. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more stuff from me, I put out speed paints every Saturday. You should eat more ramen. I put out speed paints every Saturday on my YouTube channel. I don't post very much on my Instagram, but I do try to put some fun memes in the stories. And I do have a Discord where we try to talk as a community and post more fun memes and cat pictures. But yeah, thank you guys so much. This was really fun. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna raid somebody.